Tradition of resistance. And it's by no accident that the Democracy 12 are marching near to a holiday that's near and dear to my heart. And that holiday is Juneteenth. What Juneteenth reminds us of is it reminds us of the moment. I have a teacher voice as well. Just do it. It's fine. It's no, it's okay. What Juneteenth reminds us of is it reminds us of the moment when freedom was delayed, but not denied. It reminds us that the arc of justice, while it bends, it doesn't bend on its own. Yes. It takes people who are willing to walk, people who are willing to speak out, and people who are willing to resist. And that's what this march from Philly to DC represents. The Democracy 12 are not just putting miles behind them, they're carrying a message to every village, every town, every hamlet that democracy must be defended, but not just in speeches, in footsteps. And they're walking in the tradition and standing on the shoulders of giants who came before. Those who may have had more to lose, but found the courage to resist. So let us never forget that resistance is as American as democracy itself. I think of our enslaved ancestors who bravely resisted, in some ways big and in some ways small. Some resisted by refusing to work. Some resisted by breaking tools in the heat of the day so they could just have a moment to rest. And some stole themselves away in the dead of the night, risking their life and limb in order to earn their freedom. All of them had one thing in common. They were resisting. But their resistance didn't stop there. They built it into the fabric of their culture, singing songs of freedom like "Steal Away." They're talking about themselves. Steal away to freedom. Now, my favorite of the Negro spirituals is a song that is defiance and resistance itself, because they sang in the face of their masters, "I don't feel no ways tired. You can do what you want to me. I don't feel tired." It's a call to a bigger resistance. And that's the tradition that you walk in today. We have to resist, because if we don't resist, some people think we're choosing peace. Y'all have heard it. Why are y'all marching? Why are you yelling? Why are you waving those signs? You're causing problems. Let's just have peace. But if you are not choosing to fight, you are choosing permission. Yes. Now, you're probably wondering, what are we giving permission to? Well, I'm going to tell you. When you don't choose to fight, you are giving permission to those who treat brown and black lives as if they are disposable. Those who look at our Latino neighbors as people who are eminently deportable. And those who greet Asian Americans with suspicion and let Islamophobia and anti-Semitism run rampant in our nation. We are giving permission to tear apart families, to have ICE standing at schools, having parents terrified to go see their children graduate. We're giving permission for that to happen when we don't stand up and speak out. And we're giving permission for this country to wage a quiet, insipid, ugly war against the poor, to let people get sick without care, to let communities suffer without resources, and to let children starve while corporations and billionaires get wealthier and bigger. And that's why this march in these days matter. Because democracy does not defend itself. And it will not if we stay silent. If we stay silent, we are complicit. Neutrality in the face of injustice is not moral. It is surrender. And I don't know about you, but I come from a people who would not surrender. Let me tell you about one. It's Juneteenth, because I'm proud of her. Her name was Senna Bailey. And Senna Bailey was enslaved in North Carolina. Senna Bailey was forced to have 9 children. And when that 9th child was ripped from her arms, she looked at the man who illegally owned her, because you can't own a human being. Right. And she said, I will die before you make me sell a 10th child. And for some reason, that act of defiance resonated with this man, who left her alone until the end of the Civil War, where she met my ancestor Sam. They got married and they had 9 kids. All right. I know, she's a mom of 18. But y'all know how that mama energy is, because yes, she had those 9 children sold from her, but she never stopped resisting. She spent the rest of her life going around the South to find those 9 children that were sold. And through Ancestry DNA, I'm proud to say our family has identified the descendants of 3 of the 9. And we'll continue to bring those babies home. We have resisted since the 1800s against the injustice that ripped my family apart. And these amazing folks in Democracy 12 are asking you to join with them. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how can I resist? There are a million ways to do it. Some of you can walk, and if you can walk, join them and walk with them. But if you can't walk, you can call somebody. If you can't call somebody, you can text somebody. If you can't text somebody, you can talk to a neighbor. If you can't talk to a neighbor, then talk to a friend. If you're scared to call somebody because you don't know how they're going to answer, call their offices when they're out of the office and leave a message. Send an email. Share a Facebook status. Go on IG. Do a reel. Do a TikTok. But we all can do something. Boycott some things. I haven't been to Target in almost a year. Even though Target has basically texted me every week, like, hey girl, where you been? I can honestly tell you this. I still resist. And I drive by Target and I say, you're not getting my money until you do right by my people. You can resist in a million different ways. Pick one today. Yeah. And then we honor the march of Democracy 12. We honor our ancestors that came before us. And we look defiantly at the Trump administration, who wants us to get tired, wants us to be fatigued, wants us to give up. And we say, I don't feel no ways tired.
That's Jessica Nichols, Teacher of the Year. She's a Teacher of the Year for a reason, but yeah, no, you got to give yourself grace, you know.